Hey guys, it's Lainey and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is our top 5 favorite required reading books. Required reading is basically a book you had to read for school, whether it be in elementary school all the way up through college. You'll see which books are my favorite that I had to read for school. First, of course, I gotta shout out one blogger and one booktuber, and the bloggers I am shouting out today, Sarah, Gab, and Karina from Girl Plus Books. First, their blog is gorgeous. It is so well put together. I love the design of it. I've been looking through their Top 5 Wednesdays, and of the three girls, each of them come up with their own picks for each Top 5 Wednesday. So you get 3 separate lists with 15 options. So it opens your eyes to a bigger variety of books. And for the booktuber, I'm shouting out Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. Last week was her first Top 5 Wednesday, so of course I wanted to shout out a newbie. And for just starting in the past month, booktubing, her videos are really good quality and very well put together, and she's very well spoken, and that is always a good thing. So make sure you check out Hannah and Sarah, Gab, and Karina. I'm linking their information down below. We are moving on to my favorite required reading, and pretty sure I've mentioned all these books several times throughout my channel, but I can't help it. I have a special place in my heart for all of them. Coming in at number 5, and I put this one at number 5 because it wasn't required reading, but we had to, my junior year of high school, we had to pick a book from a list and we had to do a paper on it. So this is the book I chose. So I'm kind of counting it in this category because it was on a list that our teacher gave us. And little did I know how much this book would change my life. And that is The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. This book means so much to me. I love the book. I love the movie adaptation of it. It's a great coming-of-age novel with also being really creepy because it's about these sisters who make a pact to commit suicide. You know, I related myself to a lot of this book, and I've said this also before, but there's a quote in this book that I actually do have tattooed on my ribs. So this book is definitely one of my favorites of all time. Coming in at number 4 is, believe it or not, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I read this book my sophomore year of college when I took the Reading and Writing Young Adult Fiction class, which was my favorite class of all time, and it's a shame that they don't teach that class anymore here at the university. I actually kind of cheated, and I read this book over the summer going into the fall semester because I couldn't wait once I ordered the book, and it arrived in the Amazon box, and I just kept looking at it and I'm like, I have to read it. This was like the first dystopian book I really truly read as well, getting back into reading, of course, that I did in college. Coming in at number 3 is a college required reading text, and that is The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler. This is one of the most famous detective noir mystery novels, I would say. Raymond Chandler has a ton of novels that follows this detective, Philip Marlowe. I actually read this book for 2 classes. I read it for my detective fiction class, and then I read it for the next semester, which was for cinema and the modern novel, and I loved that teacher. He taught this book very well. If you want to read some of the classic mystery detective novels, I would definitely recommend reading The Big Sleep first because it's such a great introductory into this kind of genre, and it has all the great elements of it. It has, you know, the moody detective, it has the femme fatale, it has the mystery on top of the mystery and trying to figure everything out. I have to say, I love the movie as well, and I didn't think I would like the movie. So coming in at number 2 is an epic poem, and that epic poem is the Iliad by Homer. This is my favorite epic poem I've ever read. I read this poem 3 separate times, all for school. I read it in my sophomore year of high school, where we read, you know, kind of different passages from the book. I read it my freshman year of college, and then I also read it my sophomore year of college as well. I really love this book. It has a lot of things that I really enjoy in it. I actually like the Iliad a lot more than I like the Odyssey because I actually hate Odysseus. So this book is definitely for me. I love the beginning, I love the middle, I love the end. Just a great overall, it's a great one. You have to commit to it if you are going to read it because there's so much in here, and I love this edition that I own. So I actually have several editions, but this is the only one I've kept here at my apartment. Coming in at number 1 is, of course, my favorite, The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. This was a book that came as a complete surprise to me. I read it first when I was a junior in high school, and I read it again for the second time when I was a junior in college. I just absolutely love this collection of short stories. I don't like war stories. I don't usually read war stories. This one is just so unique and so... it's just so... I don't know how to explain it, but people who have read it, you guys get me, don't you? It's just such a well-crafted collection of short stories that all interwoven together. But I definitely recommend The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien to everybody, because I just think you find something in it. There's something in it for everybody, and that's very hard to accomplish for the type of context that are in the story. And it's a war story, of course, from the Vietnam War, and it kind of tells the stories of over there. So my battery's going dead, so I better wrap this up. But what are some of your favorite required reading books? I would love to know. Hope you guys all have a really great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!